Hello, everybody. It's Big Al again with some content for Lord of the Rings Rise to War. Today I'm going to do a commander guide on Gimli. Gimli, I think, is one of the more difficult damage dealers because certain things that you do to him can make him good or bad in certain scenarios. So we're going to go into Gimli. Okay, and first I'm going to talk about his skills. There is, just like all the other dwarves, and there's a couple other commanders, the order in which you put points matters. So I'm going to reset this. So first and foremost, Durin's Blood. Everybody knows this skill because it is on almost all the dwarves. So you want to max out points in Durin's Blood first. So one of the things about Durin's Blood is at level 5, in addition, it gives skill damage plus 10% for 3 rounds. So because this fires off in round 3, 6, and 9, that means skill damage, depending on if he acts first or not, is going to get plus 10% in round 3, 4, 5, then 7, 8, 9. So next you want to go to Experienced Warrior. And the part about this that's important is you want to put only 5 points in here. The reason for that is because you see right here, at level 5, you get attack plus 6 upon dealing damage up to 5 stacks. Okay, so this hits every other round, round 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So you're going to get added commander attack, which is gonna help improve his damage output. Next, you go into Lord of the Glittering Caves. This is when you're going to max out. So you max out the R2 skill Durin's Blood. You put 5 points in Experienced Warrior, and then you max this one out. So this is how you are going to maximize your damage output. After this, you put the rest in Experienced Warrior. His other skill is Lockbearer. The defense of 3 enemy formations -1, and that goes to -10. Damage dealt to melee units plus 6% when it's maxed, when it's to level 5, and then level 10 gives you more commander attack. This is the least important skill. You're only going to use this skill once you get to like R14 or Zenith levels. So again, max out the R2 Durin's Blood, 5 points in Experienced Warrior, then you go to Lord of the Glittering Caves and you max that out. After you're done there, then go back to Experienced Warrior. So, on Gimli's gear, just like every other damage dealer, you want commander damage and commander attack. So, with his weapon, best in slot for gold gear is the Axe of Khazad-dûm. Okay, and you see right up here it gives, because I only have it refined a couple times, it gives 11 to 24 commander damage, but it gives 40 commander attack. Okay, the other one is for commander damage is the accessory. You won't get commander damage out of the helmets or the armor. So the Palantir is the best in slot gold, plus 5 commander damage, and I have it 4 stars, so it gives me plus 40 commander attack. So there is no purple gear that gives commander damage. So you're looking for, if you're going to use purple, you are going to look for something that has commander attack. And Bone Talisman is the best in slot purple item because it gives the most commander attack. And it also helps because it gives unit defense. Now with the axe, if you don't have the Axe of Khazad-dûm or like a black bow or something, and you're just using purple, you're going to want to use the battle axe because that gives you the most commander damage and the most commander attack. But one of the good things about the purple gear is just like the accessory, it also gives you unit defense. I know I'm kind of jumping out of order on the equipment, but those were the things that I wanted to share to make sure on damage dealers you're looking for commander damage and commander attack. And the weapon and the accessory, those are important. Now with the helmet, you're looking for commander attack. All the helmets that you're going to use for him pretty much are going to have commander attack and commander hit points. You could use like a cask of the Submerged Isle, which is a unit defense. It doesn't have any commander attack. A lot of people will use unit defense on their damage dealers once they get their commander attack above 200, because you're trying to keep your units alive so that Gimli has more time to deal damage. I don't have the cask of the Submerged Isle, but I like the Cask of Pride. I like putting the helmet as my commander attack, and then I use the High Elf Hallmark for my unit defense, because as you see, I'm over 200 commander attack. Best in slot purple for the armor would be the Scale Mail. It gives you the most commander attack, and then it gives you hit points. And now with the helmet, you're looking for a full helm, which gives you the most commander attack out of the purple gear. But look again, it also gives you unit defense. So it's okay to be using purple gear, mixing purple and gold gear. Use the best item you have. Okay? Some people will run it with, like the Horseman's Helm if they have to, because it gives command. It does give some commander attack. It gives unit defense. Command is a good thing, because if you read what the command does, it's less damage received, it's more damage dealt, and then if he does heal, it gives more healing as well. But me personally, I rather have the more commander attack and then just run a armor that has more unit defense. And like I said, because I can use the gold, I'm using the gold. Now, some of the gear effects that people like, any of your offensive ones, well, I shouldn't say any, but like Sharp Blade will help you get extra attack if you're low on attack, so that's nice. Warcry I stay away from because it's for the first 3 rounds. And the reason I stay away from that is because there's so many gills running around. Every formation either has a Gill or a Gandalf, and a Gandalf's White Council is first certain hits. So you're not getting the most out of Warcry. You have Perseverance, damage dealt, which over the course of the battle stacks up, and it helps. I run this because this is the sets that I can make. I love Fortitude because it's physical damage received, and quite honestly, that's the most common damage in the game is physical damage. And then this was the other set that I could make was Power Overwhelming. So it's minus 10% for a 2-piece set of damage received when I am stunned or in madness status. There are so many stuns and madness. This is actually a very good skill that I have found, and I love that I was able to make this 2-piece sets with the Fortitude and the Power Overwhelming. So now I'm going to talk about the Relic, and this is where Gimli becomes very complicated. So here is his Relic. You have hit points, commander attack, defense, unit attack. Now down here on his special abilities, I have refined it a couple times. So, Gimli gains the following effects in sequence. Attack reaches 50, his damage dealt plus 3%. Attack reaches 100, damage dealt plus 3%. Now, focus reaches 50, he gains Keen Eye. And Keen Eye ignores the target's evasion. One of the things that this means is, say you are running a formation and you have Gimli, blah blah, whoever, it doesn't matter. Now with Gil, one of his skills makes you evade for 3 rounds. Well, now say Gimli was to get maddened by Sauron or any of the other million commanders that do cause madness now. Say he gets maddened in round 2. Well, Gimli's trying to make everybody evade. Well, if Gimli's got madness and he attacks your own people, guess what? He's going to go through that evasion and he's going to hit your own formation. That's one of the things that's scary about using Gimli. I don't like to use Gimli as much during fighting all evil because I'm in a roleplay server. Because I do like his relic and I don't feel like taking it on and off every time. So I don't put him in my main when I'm fighting evil. Against good side, absolutely. Because there's so many guilds running around, at least I'm getting some damage to those formations. So those are the things to think about when you're building Gimli. Is if you're playing versus mostly evil, if you're playing versus good, if you're in a non-role play, you have to think about those things as well. Who you pair him up with, what kind of troops you're using to help with the madness effects, whether how much speed he has to try to get him to act first. There's a bunch of things to think about with Gimli going up against your enemy. But overall, he is a very solid damage dealer. He is still not going to hit as hard as Dane if they're on evil playing ground. Same kind of respect levels and everything like that. But he is a very good damage dealer. He's probably, I don't know, say 5th through 8th maybe overall. Somewhere around there. He's definitely top 10 damage dealers in the game when you're talking about good and evil side. So that's my video on Gimli. I hope this made some things more clear for you, and as always, make the most out of what you got.